Thank you. Welcome back to Quickie number 2. Quinn and I are so happy to be here. We actually just checked into our hotel room in Reno. I do want to do a disclaimer just off rip. I'm so sorry for my sick, raspy voice. So if I sound a little funky, I apologize. Quinn, how are you?
You poor thing. I'm doing really good. I'm so happy to be here. We're actually in Reno. Josie and I are in Reno in the same hotel, but in separate rooms. We just drove up together with our husbands. We're doing a really fun interview tomorrow with the salon owner up here. So we thought we'd make it like a full Rooted and Rising overnight. Social media manager Lily and her partner are also coming up too. So we're going to have dinner and hang out and hopefully get some maybe like fun photos and content we're staying at a casino. So maybe we'll win big.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yeah. But I'm good. I missed you this week. You were in New York all week, so I got to catch up with you on the 2-hour drive here.
I know.
But how are you?
I'm good. I missed you this week too. Was just in New York for my advanced train the trainer for Davos education, and I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like education, as I have said 1,000 times on this podcast, just fills my cup.
It's your jam.
It is. It's just my jam. I love the community building of it. I love, obviously, the education and the new knowledge, and I don't know, it makes me so excited to get back into the salon. And then I also watched the new Call Her Alex, the new Call Her Daddy documentary on my flight back home, who obviously is just crushing it in the podcasting world.
Yes.
And so I'm on a whole nother level of jazzed.
You're so juiced. So if you can't tell by Josie's voice, she's been sick. I would say you're feeling better than you sound, which is good.
Definitely.
But she went to New York and I was like, ooh, I'm a little worried about you. Take your vitamins. I sent you what to take. It's like, stay hydrated, get your sleep. And I was like, don't worry about the podcast. Like, don't worry. I'll handle everything in preparation for our trip. Because Josie is normally like, if you know Josie, you know, if Josie's awake, Josie's working on something. So like, don't worry about it. You need to focus on your training, number one, but then also like, you don't have any brain power to spare right now. You just need to rest. So she's like, okay. And I got her to step away. And then did you watch the documentary on the plane or before?
Right before the plane. We had a long, sitting on the tarmac situation. So I watched the first episode while I was waiting to board, and then the second episode while we were sitting on the plane. So.
Yeah. So it brought Josie back to life. I get this flurry of texts. I just watched this. This is amazing. I'm so I'm going to do this, and this. You need to watch it. I'm juiced. I'm back.
Emails are flying.
Okay, emails are flying. I know. I looked at our inbox and I was like, oh, things are ordered. Emails are flying. So, whoa, you got more done in the last hour than I honestly did in the week for the podcast. So then I was like, let me watch it. I watched it last night, the Call Her Alex docu-series. It's a 2-parter, and I've gotten through 1.5 parts of it. And I understand why you're juiced. It was really fun to watch and just see her journey. And we say this all the time when we interview salon owners and people we've really looked up to, but they're just people.
They're just people. And it's so cool to see, I don't know, she kind of talks about this in her series, but she just really enjoys talking to people and getting to know people. And that's honestly how we feel too through this experience, is what a just cool opportunity to chat with people we look up to. And I don't know, like you said, to your point, they're just people too.
Yeah,
she's
just
cool.
A person, and just I feel like through her sheer tenacity and hard work, and of course she has a pretty magnetic personality and knows. I think she's probably a lot smarter than most people give her credit for. I think one of the VPs at Spotify who was interviewed in that docuseries said the same thing. We expected her to be her persona on the podcast, but she came into this meeting and blew us away, and spoiler alert, got a $60 million contract with Spotify. And then another what'd you say, $120 million?
$125 million with Sirius XM, which is insane. I think she is I think that was the highest paid deal in all of podcasting ever.
The Sirius deal?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this one, but I think the 66 mil with Spotify was the highest paid deal for a woman podcaster.
That's what they were saying, which kind of makes me go
yeah, which is annoying that even
annoying
is
disclaimer, right?
Part of it,
pay her more than Joe Rogan. Just shut up.
For real. But I also am just pop off queen, do your thing. Love that for her.
Do your thing. Pave the way. She walked so we can hopefully run.
Right. Honestly, she ran so we
She's
can
sprinting.
hopefully walk.
She's playing Division I soccer, so we can
Absolutely.
play putt-putt golf.
Absolutely.
Like Alex Cooper, shout out, girl. You are inspiring. Whatever people may feel about her or think about her, like you cannot deny the force that she is and what she's created.
I agree. I also think something that's really cool, and to full transparency, I don't listen to Call Her Daddy regularly. The last time I listened to it was actually like back when she originally like went solo, so it's been a while since I've listened to it. But in the docuseries, they're talking a lot about how people have never seen such a natural but drastic media presence change in a career. Like she went from being like the girls' locker room of a podcast
Like,
to
talking
really
about
it's become like kind of
blowjobs,
more
and now it's like
literally now
Like,
it's kind
yeah,
of like
literally.
mental health center, right?
Yeah.
Literally,
interviewing, Vice President Kamala Harris, and
Right.
you know, like
right.
good for you, girl. You captured the attention, and then you made it what you wanted it to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
How was your week at the salon while it was gone?
It was really good. I was super busy. I actually worked today and did like what we call a high impact lighting session, which I guess like would be like a transformative highlight service. It's not just maintenance. And I was texting Josie because this is a client that I adore, and she has the most beautiful head of hair, but it's so much hair. And I know we were trying to get on the road, and I can get kind of fixated on timeline. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be done by 2, but if I'm not, then I'm just like like Josie's like, it's okay, girl. It's okay. We're going to get to Reno. We have until tomorrow for the interview. But I busted out that service and it looked really nice, I think. And then earlier in the week was super busy too. I was actually out on Friday yesterday. My mom had her surprise retirement party, and
Happy retirement.
yeah, Cheryl did it. It was so funny. I've known like a handful of her coworkers through the years, but there were some that I didn't know that I met. And one of them was like, I heard you had a podcast. And I was like,
You're like, sure, dude, just signed a $66 million deal.
right? Like, oh wait, sorry, I'm not Alex Tuber.
Yeah.
But she was interested. Like, my mom has worked in schools forever, so everyone else there worked in education. She was just so interested in hearing about it, and it made me realize, Josie, I don't know if you feel this way when people ask you about it. I need to work on the elevator pitch, because I'm like, it's a podcast about being a hairstylist, but I'm like, that sounds so vague.
Yes, I feel the same way. I also think that I need to stop downplaying us, because I really am impressed with us. We really have created like a wonderful production, in my personal opinion. But sometimes when you know the behind the scenes and you know how much you've Googled to get that production up and running.
Right. You're like, it's just little old me, like figuring it
Yes.
out one Google search at a time.
Yes, I agree. We need to work on our elevator pitch, and we need to start believing that we just signed that $66 million contract.
I think that's what was so cool about the Call Her Alex docuseries. That showed she just literally started in her tiny New York City apartment recording it. And somehow, I don't know how I guess her dad has worked in like television production, and she did a lot of like hobbyist type stuff as a kid and has a natural inclination for editing. But she did a really good job, and she was just doing it in her apartment, put it out, and Dave Portnoy DMs her.
Right.
Like, hey girl, who edits your podcast? And she said, I did. And he's like, here's a job.
Right. What's really interesting too is like, and we've experienced this, you just brought it up, but like, you never know who's watching. For instance, your mom's coworker, like, you know, like you just never know who is paying attention. And I think I don't know, I think it's really cool. Honestly, I love having our editor. She is so great. But if I could clone myself, I really enjoy the editing process. I just don't have enough time in the day. I'm like, dang it. There goes our job at Barstool.
Right? Dave.
Nikki,
they
we
have
got you
editors
in
for
one
us.
now.
Right. We're bringing Nikki with us. We're a package of 3, but we need more than $70,000 for 3 years.
Package of 4. Lily will come along too.
Yeah. Bring Dave. We have 4 new people. We'll post this and we'll
Right. Shoot a shot. It's been working
shoot
well
our
for us.
shot. I wasn't at the salon yesterday. I was at my mom's retirement party. And so I get there this morning and I get ready to set up. And one of our other stylists said something about, oh, she was probably dealing with like that situation yesterday. And you know, it's like,
You're like,
what situation? Like, you have to
Right.
tell me everything now. Like, situation implies, like, obviously something crazy happened. This is crazy. So a client had a service. I think she was getting highlights, and then she was being rinsed. And I'm not sure if she had toner, no toner, but as she was being rinsed, she told her stylist it was like 3 o'clock and she needed to be somewhere that's 30 minutes away by 3:30 for a doctor's appointment. But didn't tell her stylist when the service started, told her like as she's being rinsed. So the stylist is like, oh, if you want to make that appointment, you'll need to leave now. I can't, I can't, we won't be able to do a blow dry or haircut. But I'm sure she was like, come back, whatever. So client leaves, and I think the client was having a day. I don't know, is what it sounded like. And then towards the end of the day,
what happened?
This person comes back in and goes, just like comes through the doors and goes, I need to speak to a fucking supervisor.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm so upset that I wasn't. Like, show me the security footage. So that's what I'm saying to so this is like a secondhand retelling of the story. I'm like, what do you mean? So I don't know if she needed another toner. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming the service obviously wasn't completed because she had to leave. And for some reason, she was upset about that. So our receptionist is like, okay, let me go get her. And our owner happened to be there, but it's towards the end of the day. So she was actually getting her hair done. So she had like color in her hair, full service drape on. And the client is like, I need her now. I am double parked. One of our others.
I'm sorry, man, but that part is really not our problem. We are happy to help you, but like the double park of it all, like
put your flashes, I don't know. And then one of our stylists was like, oh, there's a spot right here. Like when you stand at the front of the salon, you can see, the street and see where there's spots. She's like, there's a spot right there. And I think the person was like, I need help parking there. Just like objection after objection.
Valid. She's big mad.
She is upset. She's having a rough time. So our owner comes up. And again, painting the picture, our sweet, incredible owner is having her hair done. So she's in a drape, toner on, like, you look like an egg when this is happening. And with the drape, too, it, like, engulfs who you are.
It just doesn't help. Yeah.
Right. So she goes up there, got the situation under control, and I think she told the client, like, I can help you with what you need, but you don't get to speak like that. What we're not going to do is talk like that. So
good for her, honestly.
She laid down the loss. I can't with that. I need to speak to a fucking supervisor.
I'm about to be saying that all weekend. That is crazy. I can't imagine, can't think of a situation that is how I'm entering into a place of business, but someone had to have been murdered outside, and
totally.
That's my level of frantic. You know what I mean? Like,
you be an adult. I need some fucking help here. But yeah, I'm definitely, and I think you are too, a flies with honey kind of gal.
Yes.
So I would probably approach that differently, but I that was just, and our salon's small. Like, it's not like you're walking into a large department store. We can hear everything from honestly anywhere in the salon. And there were clients being serviced.
Oh my God. Supervisor is also just kind of a crazy title. Like,
I know, I'm like, is this a Best Buy?
Yeah, right. And like
Burger King? What?
Right. And I understand that, I mean, if you stuck me in a lawyer's office, I'm not going to know what the correct terminology is. So, no fault to her own. But just knowing that most salons probably don't have a supervisor title, it just adds to the chaos of it all.
Have you seen those videos where it's like a customer demands to speak to our manager and it's like the 19-year-old who's vaping out back?
Yeah. Exactly.
So at least we do, I guess, have we do have a
supervisor.
Legitimate supervisor who's very professional, can handle any situation that obviously comes at her.
And thank goodness for her being absolutely not, we're not doing that. You know?
Can help you with anything you need. And she is so gracious and has the most patience. But yeah, what you're not going to do is speak like that.
Right. That's wild. What a day.
Yeah, so that's probably the craziest thing that you missed, and I missed it too. So maybe we can find the footage.
That's not the footage. Bring out the security camera. Come on.
Roll tape. Roll the tape.
I'm so dead. That's so funny, though.
Yeah.
Man, what an update this week.
What an update. I know.
I feel like
action-packed.
Honestly, we're about to have an action-packed weekend. We are about to head out, actually, for a dinner reservation, so I think we are probably going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this little quickie this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the craziness.
Yeah, wait. Did you just have you gotten a text from your husband?
No.
So our husband,
my phone's across the room. What did they say?
Joking that they're in training to be podcast husbands.
Yes.
This is them.
Sitting obsessed with
the pool. I think Ian, your husband, has a margarita. Adam has a pina colada. which is his favorite. And he said, podcast husbands, holler if you need anything.
Oh my God, I love that for them.
They're living their best
literally love
podcast
that for
husband
them.
life.
Also, I feel like it was so funny. We were packing the car earlier, and it was the first time my husband Ian had seen the Hulken bag, and Ian was like, "Yeah, that is a huge bag." I was like, "Yeah, it has wheels. You got to give it bring it for a test drive." He was like, "It has wheels."
Sure
Like,
does.
yeah, sure does. Love that thing.
The bellman brought it to our room, and it doesn't look as heavy, because it fits a lot of stuff, so it doesn't look as heavy. And he lifted, and he's like, "Whoa, that's a big bag." Use code Rooted and Rising.
Truly, is that the code?
I don't know.
I know, we got to figure out.
We can link it below. We do have a code for.
We actually do
bags.
have an affiliate link for it. It is a great bag if you guys are ever interested.
It's fantastic.
It'll be
yeah.
down below.
Down below, yes. And with that, we're gonna go sign off and hang out.
Yes.
Please follow us on Instagram. Let us know if you have any questions, and get ready for some exciting interviews coming at ya.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.